I'm here at the free charger in town that I helped sponsor, and I thought, why not? I'll get some free charge while I'm sitting here waiting. So I just placed an order for Denny's, and their website says they're open 24/7. Actually, they're only 24/7 certain days, so it's not like 24/7. It's 24/4, pretty much. 4 days a week they're open 24 hours, and then the rest of the week they're not. And today was one of those days that they were supposed to be open 24/7. Today, which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those are the 4 days. So I placed the order online, went to go pick it up, and they were closed. So that's cool. I get to figure out how I'm going to get my money back now. So that's cool. So now I'm waiting for McDonald's to open because they open at 5. And I thought, well, I got a few minutes. I'll go hang out at the charger and try to recoup some of my losses there because it's free, and I'd rather not have to pay to recharge the car at home if I don't have to. So yeah, just sitting here waiting on them to open. I'm probably going to leave in about 10 minutes. Yeah, I'll give it 10 minutes. So yeah, I wanted to give you guys some updates on what's been going on lately and kind of, fill you in on how things are changing still. So the biggest major change that's happening is, I forgot about the painting. I could have showed you guys the painting. The biggest major change that's happening is that I am going back to Enterprise. They are having some difficulties, we'll say, ever since I left. So where I worked, I was sorry, got distracted for a second. You get a text message and you're looking at the phone. It's, oh my gosh, the battery just popped. That's concerning. Anyway, it's like 20 degrees outside, so I'm sure the battery's warming up, but it has been popping and cracking it's a little concerning. Anyway, where was I at? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, returning to Enterprise. So I used to work at the private airport, and you help some of the elites, basically. The people who fly in on private jets. Like, they don't do that commercial bull crap. And it's a pretty good job. I enjoyed it. I had no complaints, no issues. It's mainly a very easy job. There's a few times where things will get backed up and you've got to really buckle down and get to work. But it's not a big deal. And I think I'm going to like it. I really liked the job when I worked there. There were some concerns with the drive. So my biggest thing is it's 35, I think, 37, something like that, miles each way per day. And the concern there is, Interstate 26 is in shambles. It has been for years. They're supposedly widening it from 2 lanes to 4 lanes in each direction, but it's a mess. And there were times, when I did work there, I drove my Chrysler to work, and there were times where, if you're going down the road and something flies out of someone's car, there's nowhere to escape to. You can't dive off to the side to try to avoid whatever may hit your car, because, it's 2 lanes, and usually it's butt-to-butt traffic, and the sides are just completely blocked off. Like, you can't, there's a lot of traffic through here. You can't jump to the emergency lane. It's just not an option. So that was one of my concerns for working there. And now there's always been, it's not now, but there's always been another route to get there. It just takes a little longer. It's a little bit slower pace. It's not interstate. So I think I'm probably going to try that. That's the plan for now. Anyway, I have to go later today for an orientation or whatever. I pretty much already have the job because I know everybody there, and the issues they were having. So since I quit in January 21, and my job was just the weekend. I worked weekends, and that's it. Saturday and Sunday, 8 to 5, every Saturday and Sunday. And then I had a coworker who worked Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And it's just us. We're the only two people there. There's no help, no anything. And that's not a problem because it's not a horrible job, although it is getting kind of busy. People are starting to come in now. But ever since I quit, they haven't had a steady replacement for me. So they put a lady down there who did not know how to do the job. I guess they couldn't train her to do the job. I don't know. So it's been pretty poorly ran. To give you a little insight on this, so in Enterprise, they do a customer service satisfaction thing. So customer service, when you help a customer, they will pick customers at random to send a survey to and ask them, how was your experience? Did this go well? Did this go well? Was the car clean? Stuff like that. And the slightest ding will ruin your score, just completely ruin it. And I don't know how they do it now, but back when I worked there, you had to get 90% or better to get the bonus. You get a monthly bonus for getting 90% or more. And, whatever. So, I'm not out to chase scores or bonuses or any of that. I mean, I am customer service oriented. And I think that, if I'm providing a service, be it from me, my business, or a company that I work for, it needs to be top notch. There needs to be, it's not the DMV. Let's put it that way. You don't want to dread going there and having to interact with those people. So I try to do my very best to make it as enjoyable and pleasant as possible with the customer. And if there's any reason that I have fallen short on providing their service, then I need to take the fall for that, and I need to, maybe give them a week free or whatever it may be, very customer service oriented. It's not like take your shit and get out. Like, I don't do that. And so luckily the lady that I work with during the week, she works during the week. I work during the weekend, is also pretty customer service oriented. She has it down with how to deal with people and make them happy. And, so while I worked there, we did 3 months in a row, 100% customer service. And that has never happened in the history of Enterprise. It has never happened since, because I no longer work there. So it's kind of a goal. I want to try to do that again. It's not that hard. Just do your job and, make sure that the customer's happy. If there's anything that you've fallen short on, make sure you make it right. And it's not uncommon. We have more leeway in upgrades than we do refunds. So if a customer came and something wasn't top notch, I would just give them an Escalade, because, who doesn't want to drive a nice, expensive $100,000 car for the price of a $40,000 car? So yeah. Anyway, what is this? Do I have an update? Oh, that's not what I was trying to hit. Oh no, that's my profile. I'm a dummy. I don't drive this car very often, so I don't know a lot about it. So that's kind of what's up. Things that have been changing lately. I've got more coming down the pipeline. You'll have to wait for the next video on that one. But that's what's happening today. As of shooting the video, I'm going to Enterprise to go sign the papers to begin my job again. And let's talk about, just for a second while we're here, why I left the job. So like I said, traffic was a concern. Interstate 26 was a concern. We had some HR issues, and I'm glad to say that the person who gave me issues in HR is no longer there. Basically, I had no issues with the job. There were a couple of instances where, they found out that I have a YouTube channel, obviously, and I was taking vehicles from work to review, like Cadillac Escalades and BMWs and, the very expensive ones, because these aren't cars that you normally get access to as a renter. You have to be, private jet kind of person to get access to those. So it was not a big deal for me because I work there and I was paying for the rentals. I was doing everything I possibly needed to do to make it as legit as possible. It wasn't that I was taking vehicles from work for free to go make videos about them, but they did not like the fact that I was, as representing the company, also taking company vehicles and making a profit by making videos. Now, I'll tell you, my profit is very low, but I do make a profit on my YouTube videos. So they put a stop to that, and I believe it was HR that stepped in on that one as well. So yeah, that was a mess. Anyway, I basically had to stop renting cars, period, because they were starting to crack down on, you can't take these, you can't have this one, which is a bunch of crap. Anyway, moving forward, I didn't really care because YouTube's not a business for me, it's a hobby, so I didn't really care. I mean, whatever, move on. I had no issues with the job, the people I worked with, my direct managers, my direct managers' managers. We all got along without any issues. The issue was HR. And as you know, my grandma passed away in 2020 in December. And I took bereavement. You get 3 days paid time off for bereavement. And, I wasn't really, 3 days wasn't it for me. So I called my manager and I'm just like, hey, I'm looking for 2 more weeks. I'll use my PTO. I don't care. That way I can get paid and whatever. So yep, that's fine. Cashed in my PTO and gave me 2 more weeks. And when I returned to work, I found that I was not paid for 8 hours a day bereavement. I was paid for 6 hours a day. So I don't work 8, I actually work 9, but that's a different story. So, I'm trying to get at least the 2 hours difference, for the 3 days. That's a day. That's a full day based on their 6 hour thing that I missed out on. And anyway, when I tried to press to find out why I was not paid for my full 8 hours a day, they then went back and said that I had requested PTO too soon before its occurrence and tried to basically take it away from me, make it unpaid days. And I just wasn't having it. They wanted an excuse as to why I had taken, all this happened during COVID. So 2020, they called us one day and said, hey, you don't have a job anymore. It's like, okay. Then they called us back. And they're like, well, because of COVID, we're just going to lay you off for a little while, but you still have a job. We changed our mind. So it was all like a big question mark for a little while. I think we got close to 6 months off in 2020. And then when they called me to come back, my grandma wasn't doing well. And I said, you know what? I'm not ready to come back. So I had only been back about 2 months when my grandma had died. So then I took, another 2 weeks off after that. So they wanted an excuse or an explanation as to why I had taken so much time off, and that that wasn't acceptable, basically. And, like I said, I worked with my managers, my direct manager's manager. There was never an issue on the front end. No one cared. My job is not essential. I mean, yeah, it helps our scores and makes customers happy when I'm there, but I mean, they've done the past 2 years without me. So it's not essential. So yeah, I'm returning to that job because, they need the help to someone who actually knows how to do the job. And I would like a little extra money. The position has gone up in pay, so that's good. We will probably discuss that tomorrow. I'm sure I don't get any of my previous raises that I had gotten because I'm starting over, but the new base pay is decent, so I'll take that. Anyway, there are more updates. Stay tuned because I got another vlog coming up after this one in 3 or 4 days about another big change.